Hi, all America, this is Grandma Sunshine, and I am so excited today. Well, I have gone to the Landmark Forum, and I have went for one weekend to get very educated. And I like to make our own Kabbalah Forum. That's right, sugar. I don't want people to take advantage of you and try to tell you that they could help you. But in order to help you, you have to enroll other people. Well, I know, sugar, that the Landmark Forum is a very important organization of education for people to put their perspectives in life. Sugar, everyone in the world has so much baggage that they take in with them when they introduce themselves to new people, or you go on a job interview. Well, sugar, anybody knows that the Landmark Forum took most of their educational material from Kabbalah. So that's why I think we could have a Kabbalah Forum and we could talk about these very important aspects. Well, I have gotten to this beautiful educational forum, and I think that they are very nice people. And everybody's pouring their hearts out. Some of them had come from religious homes, and they became prostitutes because their parents didn't tell them they were beautiful, or they are telling people that their parents left them home and their uncle had molested them. Sugar, those are very terrible tragedies that happen. And the Landmark Forum is telling people that you can't keep on blaming your parents your whole life. There comes a time in life that you have to grow up and move on. And every time you think about these tragedies and blame your parents, you're just not going any further. But you know something, my sugar? This is called living in the box. Well, that's a Kabbalah term. And you know, you gotta live out of the box, sugar, if you want to make things happen in your life. Now, I want to explain to you. There's a lot of terminologies that this Landmark Forum uses. And I think they are great words. Like, for instance, well, they say that there are strong suits. And these are types of behaviors that you picked up as you were a child. And it never goes away because that becomes part of who you are. Like, for instance, somebody's taking advantage of you. Well, you have some mechanism inside of you that's a learned trait that just kicks in and says, well, I'm not going to take all this abuse. Or let's say you're too sensitive. And you say, and your strong suit would be, oh my gosh, I am just so weak. And yet you give in to all these things. These are strong suits. They're personalities inside of you that make up your identity. But sugar, you have to know, honey, that in life, you yourself have your own identity. And I don't like people telling you, like the Landmark Forum, what kind of identity you should have, and then you're going to become responsible to go to them and continue with their forum, or tell other people to continue, because you have to still identify yourself with this group of people. Now, sugar, you know, when God created the world, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God who's infinite, I don't believe, I'm a church lady, I was growing up in the South, and my father was a Reverend Sunshine, and he always would take us all over the South. And he always would look at me and say, Mary Lou, you're not going to be a preacher. Well, you have to be a wife someday, and you have to respect your husband and hush up, and you can't be a preacher. And I said, but Daddy, I want to spread the light to the world. And Reverend Sunshine, my father, said, oh, Mary Lou, you're evil. You have to get that evil out of you. So I grew up feeling real guilty about wanting to do something out of the box for other people in the world. Well, you know what? I grew up and I didn't I forgave my daddy. I didn't tell my daddy. I knew he was hiding a secret because I feel like I'm a princess. I'm a queen, and that's how you should feel. Now, my sugar, I want you to know that you have your own talents and your own abilities. And you don't have to go to some kind of forum to say what kind of talents you have. This is something that you have to reach deep inside of you and tell yourself that no matter what kind of sin you have committed, I don't care if your sexual proclivities are making you feel like you are guilty. I don't care if you have stolen or even hurt somebody to the point that you killed somebody. You have to mend your ways and start living a life like a human. In other words, the Landmark Forum teaches very good concepts, but what I'm afraid is you have to connect to God. You have to connect to this infinite force in the world, whether you call it God or not, but you are part of this human race. And in order to be part of a human race, you can't kill each other. And I believe there could be peace in this world, where people want so many things that they don't even know who they are. All those drug lords are going around. You can't just take things away from those drug lords or they're going to start killing people. I believe we all have to work together. We have to find out what people need. But what people need as a human being, that's right. So we have to really understand there's a lot of terminologies we could learn from the Landmark Forum. Like, for instance, a lot of people have a lot of resentment towards their parents, and they keep on blaming them for all their problems in life. Well, my sugar, you can't do that. And that shouldn't be something you got to go to a forum to understand. You should know that off the top of your head. And there's so many stories you make in your mind where people are going to tell you that you already made your mind up. When somebody asks you to put on a sweater, right away you say, "Mother, Father, don't tell me what to do." Well, sugar, your mother and father just want you to be warm. And you make all kinds of things in your head. Well, you know what, sugar? Kabbalah is about taking the klippas, the negativities away from you, and those are klippas. You cannot have negative things in your mind. You have to be an open mind. Stop judging people. Stop being judgmental, because you like people to judge you and tell you you're evil and you're guilty. No, you want people to tell you that you're smart and you have talents, and you want them to respect you. Well, sugar, you have to respect other people too. Now, that shouldn't be something you got to go to a Landmark Forum to learn. Well, that's why I think we need to have a Kabbalah Forum. And this Kabbalah Forum was as creation of the world that the humans were created. Each person has their own talent and uniqueness. That's why you should make people feel unique and special. So, sugar, there's a lot of things the Landmark Forum teaches. They say that life is meaningless and life is void, and you should just empty everything, and then you should declare whatever you want to declare, and you should make your own destiny. Well, sugar, that's very simple to say that. But you know what you got to do. You have to believe in Kabbalah, the creation of the world. You have to become one. You have to connect. Now, I know you think this Landmark Forum is so important. Sugar, you have to connect yourself to the world. The Landmark Forum is giving you a lot of good ideas, but they're not telling you got to connect to the world. They do tell you have to respect other people. Go and every break they give you, they want you to go to the phone and they want you to apologize to your mother and father. Well, that's all good, but you have to forgive yourself. That's right. You have to forgive yourself and not feel guilty. And that is what I have been trying to tell you for years already. So, sugar, if you really want to change or you want to really transform yourself, it's not so much you're trying to make emptiness in the world in front of you and not taking your baggage from the past with you. You have to learn from the past to be grateful for what you have. Now, the Landmark Forum doesn't tell you to be grateful for what you have. But Kabbalah does. And the reason is because you're connecting to God. And God has given you all these beautiful things in this world. If you are grateful for the breath of air that you breathe, sugar, everything will come in place. You have to have emuna pishuta, which means simple faith. Faith in God that He created you. That's right. And think about yourself as a person with great light that could do acts of kindness. The Landmark Forum doesn't tell people to do acts of kindness. It doesn't tell you to connect yourself to God and the infinite. It doesn't tell you to be a part of this world. Sugar, you don't have to give money to organizations that tell you that they're trying to help you and that you should help other people by telling them to come to their organizations. I am Grandma Sunshine, and I want sunshine of God Himself, of creation of this world, to connect to you that you are an important part of this world. That's right. Once you connect to God and feel important and a part of this world, and meditate who you are with all those beautiful talents inside of you, well, you're going to be happy just the fact that you are alive. You're going to be walking in your house in the middle of the night, and you are going to take a breath of air and say, I am so happy. I don't care. Even if I'm not rich right now, I am happy. I know what talents I have, and I'm going to do what is in my heart, what God has telling me I have talents for. That's right, sugar. Kabbalah is all about connecting your talents with the uniqueness of who you are to the world. God loves you, sugar. He doesn't want you to be guilty. So if you ever have a problem, I want you to search deep inside of yourself for that super self. That's right. You have a hero inside of you, and that's you deep inside, your real self. Let your real self come out, sugar, and may sunshine be in your lives. And may miracles and blessings surround you. Thank you for listening to Grandma Sunshine.